To Befriend an Adversary, a tribute to Jay. I struggled through the early morning hours with what I'd like to say when I realized I'd already written those words in my friendship monologue. Sadly, I didn't get around to letting him know how important he was in my life before he was gone. So here's a short story explaining how Jay and I became brothers. As classmates, Jay and I grew up together in the small town of Peck, Michigan. We lived a very short distance from each other on Mill Street and Lorraine Street, respectively. I was always envious of his mongoose pedal bike as I rode around most of the time on a hand-me-down one-speed grandpa bike. Ironically, Jay and I were never really friends growing up. Jay had a good friend, I'll mention no names, that for some unbeknownst reason truly hated me and always wanted to beat me up. This went on for years as he was never successful in his endeavor and would always come back for more. One summer afternoon in the front yard on Lorraine Street turned into another attempt at said endeavor. This time he had a partner waiting behind the tree across the street. His name was Jay. As always, the fight began upright but ended up on the ground with me having the advantage. Being the merciful person that I am, I gave this young man the opportunity to end it. He wouldn't give up. That's when Jay came out of nowhere and stood in front of the two of us. I asked Jay to stay out of it, but it didn't quite work out that way. Without going too deeply into the details, the spat ended abruptly with my nose gushing blood across my driveway and into my house. It was bad. From that day forward, I would consistently pursue Jay, but could never catch his skinny ass. The grandpa bike was no match for the mongoose. I carried this grudge into high school, often taunting Jay in the hallways, but thankfully never followed through with my wanton revenge. High school graduation took place in '92, and we went our separate ways. As adults, a handful of years later, we met up at Champion Bus Incorporated in Imlay City, Michigan, as workmates. Small talk there brought us closer together as we discussed our weekly mission to head for the mountains of Busch beer. As the years turned into decades, Jay and I would meet up frequently at the Peck Hotel and other gatherings or celebrations. Almost as frequently as we met up, Jay would express his regret to me for what happened that day on Lorraine Street so many years ago. At this point, I'd long ago forgiven him and would always tell him, "Don't worry about it, Jay, we were kids at the time." Unfortunately, Jay never let his regret go, all the way up until our 30-year class reunion. We spoke of it once more that evening when he mentioned karma to me concerning his health issues with tears in his eyes. At last, I fist bumped Jay and said, "Let's not bring this up again. That is not why you're going through this, brother." I truly hope he was able to let it go after that. I always enjoyed his company and will miss our many good times and laughs together. May God bless your family. Rest in peace, brother. Yours truly, Brad. Thanks for tuning in to In My Words. We'll see you next time.